telling my 22F roommate, 23F, I want to move to a studio. I moved last fall into graduate housing accommodations with an acquaintance who's now a friend. I want to preface by saying that our leases are a little weird, since they're managed by the university. They're completely separate, she is not responsible for full rent or utilities if I leave, and the university is currently waiving all fees. In short, even though we're roommates, our billing is handled directly by the university. She and I get along well as people, but I've started thinking of living alone, moving to a university studio. We have opposite sleep schedules, different standards of cleanliness, and it turns out we aren't exactly on the same page pandemic-wise. In general, I've just found we might be incompatible as roommates. She's also currently not in the apartment, and I'm realizing how much freer I feel living alone. I haven't completely decided if I'd like to move yet, but I know it's easier to move before the fall since the housing situation is quite empty across the campus. Before we moved in, it was implicit that we'd be staying roommates for a while, though since we're both in PhD programs. I'd still like to stay friends with my roommate and don't know how I'd inform her about this. I care for her and do like her as a person. I'm super non-confrontational, and I don't want her to feel like it's her fault I'm moving. It isn't. I just like living alone more than I thought. However, if I am going to move, I want to give her ample notice because basically all our shared kitchen supplies are mine, and of course I'd be taking everything with me. Is there even a non-awkward way to do this if I end up deciding to move? I'm definitely not looking for a negotiation with her or anything. I've thought of using my partner as an excuse. It would in reality also be easier for him to visit if I'm in a studio, or COVID, but she recently tested positive, so it's not like contagiousness will be a problem once she's recovered. TL, doctor, currently living with a roommate and friend on college campus, but might want to move to a studio. Need a friendly way to bring up the topic so that I can stay friends with her and not make her feel bad. Edit. Thanks everyone so much for the kindness, the great advice, and all the support. I wasn't really expecting anyone to notice this since I feel like it's a silly problem, but thanks strangers for helping me make my decision. Smile as of this morning. I've submitted an app to my university to move me to a studio. I'm planning to tell my roommate once she's no longer sick and has returned from isolation, so hopefully she won't feel like all the bad things are compounding. If you wanted to live with someone else, I can see the concern in how to break the news, but as it is, anybody would understand living alone is different, and doesn't need to say anything about the roommate at all. Just tell her you'll move to a studio, you're adults. I'm sure it'll be fine. Also good for you that you can afford a studio. Doesn't independence feel great? Smile. Just say you want to live on your own. She's reasonable, she'll be fine with that, especially more likely if she gets lots of warning. Give her what my old boss called a shit sandwich. That is a positive statement, negative statement, positive statement. Hey roommate, I've been enjoying living with you all this time. You've been a good friend. However, I'm going to be moving out, timeline, so wanted to give you a heads up. Like I said, you're a good friend, I'll still enjoy your company when we hang out. Tell her she's great but that you don't want to live with any roommates for the time being. It's easier to move sooner than later. It sucks, but you can soften the blow. Yup, honestly, I don't want to live with anybody is a way easier pill to swallow than I don't want to live with you. Hey, insert roommate's name here, wanted to give you a heads up that I may look at getting my own place this fall. I've had a lot of fun living together and I really do enjoy and value our friendship, but I think I'd just like to have my own place. My engaged friend is cheating on his fiance and everyone knows but her. Should I tell her? Edit. Few points to consider. I called friend Y and asked him if he told friend X to get checked for STDs. He said he did and that friend X said they always used protection. Don't know if this means you don't have to get checked. I mean they must have made out, and STDs get transferred this way too. In the same call I asked friend Y if there's any chance the girlfriend already knows. He said no because he's been having talks with friend X and friend X explicitly said I know it's wrong and that I should tell her, but I can't. So there's no chance they have an arrangement or that she already knows. This is the most important part. My boyfriend thinks that if we tell the girlfriend, friend X can retaliate. Come from a conservative country, both me and my boyfriend live abroad together, but our parents don't know that. Friend X knows and my boyfriend believes that friend X is petty enough to go and tell them. Needless to say it'd break their hearts and he'd be disowned. My parents not so much. They'd take my side no matter what, especially if someone tells them something like that just to get back at me. But friend Y has the same thing at stake too. He's in the same situation as us. My boyfriend told me that by telling the girlfriend I'd be risking everyone else's secrets. Doing it anonymously doesn't help with not tracing it back to friend Y, simply because friend Y is the only one friend X told explicitly. And there's a history now of friend Y pressuring friend X to tell his girlfriend. So if it gets out, it's definitely him. Friend Y's sentiment is this: he feels sorry for the girlfriend, he won't tell her because it's not his place. He think friend X is remorseful and doubts very much he'd do anything like that again since he saw how it turned him into a pariah among his friends. I don't know how I feel about that. Action is not like me. Twice in my life before I had to interfere with a relationship where a cheating spouse involved me. In those cases I was the friend Y, and I said something. One couple worked it out and one couple broke up. But because of the boyfriend's fears expressed above, it feels like it's not me who should do something, it's friend Y, or me with friend Y's permission. _______________________ First of all, sorry for the bad writing. English isn't my first language and I wrote all this in an emotional state. My 26F boyfriend, 29 meters, and I have this friend in common whom we've known since college. Let's call him friend X. Friend X is this smart and successful guy. He's been dating this girl for over 2 years when my boyfriend rang me up to tell me shocking news another friend of ours has told him. Let's call him friend Y. Friend Y told my boyfriend that friend X has had a full-blown affair with another woman when he traveled for a year to a foreign country, during which he was long distance with his girlfriend. My boyfriend was shocked and could not believe it since according to him the girl X is dating is such a lovely, smart and wholesome person. I've never met her personally. My boyfriend was mostly shocked at how friend Y didn't immediately tell friend X off. I was mostly shocked that friend X's girlfriend is blindsided by all this while all those strangers, including myself, knew. To make matters worse, my boyfriend made friend Y to tell friend X off and make him come clean to his girlfriend. So friend X's response was he will come clean to and break up with the girlfriend. Few weeks later we see on Facebook that he proposed to her. I don't know what insanity this is. I now hate that I know this very crucial detail about this girl's life but she doesn't. I hate how she's deceived in thinking her fiance is a decent person and that she should spend the rest of her life with him. Honestly, what she chooses to do is up to her, but she should at least have all the facts. I'm torn. I really feel for this girl but my boyfriend and I have no right to talk to friend X since he never really confided in us. I say confided but her was really bragging about it to friend Y, and we can't let him know that friend Y told us, because it's supposed to be a secret. On the other hand, I don't really care about this who told whom stuff. I think the stakes for the girlfriend are too high for me to accommodate this nonsense. When I ask unrelated people about what I should do they say to stay out of it and that it isn't my business, but I feel like I'm betraying a fellow woman, and allowing an asshole to keep disrespecting her. BTW the Brazilian girl, who I don't know if she knew he was not single at the time, has visited him in his country and their friendship seems to still be going. I don't know if they're still sleeping together. I seriously don't care about my own friendship with friend X. I lost all respect for him and I don't care if we remain friends. I just feel for this poor girl, but I hate being the bearer of such terrible news to her, especially that we've never met. So should I tell her? Too long didn't read. I know of the infidelity of a friend. I feel bad for his fiance and I want to tell her, but it's not my place since we've never actually met, and it's supposed to be a secret. Once a girl messaged me because her roommate slept with my boyfriend. She didn't know me but she saw my name on his phone with a heart, and looked me up on Facebook. I'm so glad she did because I never would have known. Some people might get mad at the messenger, but it's better to let people know. That way you won't feel party to the crime. Good luck. Tell her. But I think it's important to have some form of evidence if possible so she can see for herself. It also makes it so her fiancé can't really deny it when shown the evidence. Well, I unfortunately know some details that can't be made up. My main issue is that I think it's very humiliating knowing it from a stranger. Me in this case. I tried to pressure friend Y to make friend X tell her himself. He tried, but friend X told him this story about having a hypothetical conversation with the fiancé about cheating and she said she wouldn't want to know. I say story because I believe friend X is a liar and this sounds like a lie he'd tell. Let's reframe this. Wouldn't you want to know? Don't you think she has a right to know her partner is cheating? In your shoes, I would tell her. It's not like she's never going to find out if the information is this widespread. All you do by telling her is making it faster and preventing a divorce. Please tell her she deserves someone who loves her and only her. He cheated and lied and covered it up. He'll do it again. If my boyfriend cheated and my friends knew, I would hope they'd tell me. Please tell me I'm an idiot and to just end it already. TL, Dr. I, 34F, have been with my BF, 37 meters, for 13 years and I know it's over but can't seem to escape. He stopped caring when I was diagnosed with cancer. I went through treatment alone, and now I'm stuck. Help. Hi. I feel so dumb for even posting this, but even dumber for being stuck in this situation. My boyfriend, 37 meters, and I, 34F, have been dating and living together for 13 years. Yep, 13 years. There have been more downs than ups, I think. And yet neither of us seem capable of just ending it. We've been together so long and our lives are so intertwined it would be like an actual divorce. No kids but we own a house together. I know. I stopped expecting a ring about 7 to 8 years ago. We used to talk about marriage a lot but that stopped a very long time ago. We always kept saying I love you and being fairly physical until December 2019, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had a double mastectomy and have something called expanders, which is like the precursor to breast implants. Ever since my surgery on the 12th of October 2019, he refused to hug me because he said my expanders hurt him when I hugged him. I had to fight cancer during a global pandemic essentially alone. He stopped offering up I love you back in February 2020, right when my hair fell out from the chemo. During a time when I needed comfort and support and hugs the very most, I had none. During a time where I was literally fighting for my life, I had nobody. I would watch other people at the cancer center with SOs wearing dumb supportive shirts and delivering flowers and holding hands, while I sat alone. He didn't celebrate with me when I finished chemo or radiation. He doesn't cook or clean or give thanks when I do. I'm like his mother. I spent 10k to freeze my eggs before chemo destroyed my ovaries and now I don't think I'll ever get to have kids of my own. And still we play this game. I don't know what to do or how to get through this. That's a lie. I do know what I want to do, but I have a big surgery coming up next week with a long recovery time. How do I break free? How do I deal with the house we bought? Tonight I told him good night and I love you and he only replied with good night as I walked upstairs to sleep in my bed, alone. Please tell me to just end it. Help, heart.